Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a great and wonderful day. And we have some interesting news pertaining to a kid being called out for being a blackface, even though he's 100% American. I'll be going over my personal opinions a little bit later. As you guys see on the complete and disgrace and disgustingness of a guy kind of just calling out a kid on blackface and him being completely embarrassed. He had to end up deleting his tweets and many other racists or race hustlers, or you want to say, trying to make racism out of nothing, is also quite embarrassed. Take a look.
Boy of dressing in blackface to an NFL game. As you know, this boy was quickly shown on national television during the Chiefs-Raiders game with the right side of his face painted in black. Karen Phillips then took that snapshot and without doing any investigation or using any critical thought, accused the 5-year-old of being a racist. I just actually found out that the name is actually pronounced Karan Phillips. And Karan is not a chick, he's a dude, but I think the name Karen fits better for him. And Karen Phillips responded to the controversy in a now deleted tweet saying, "For the idiots in my mentions who are treating this as some harmless act because the other side of his face was painted red, I can make the argument that it makes it even worse. Y'all are the ones who hate Mexicans but wear sombreros on Cinco." And of course, this now deleted tweet received one of the worst ratios ever, and even prompted a response from Elon Musk calling him an unapologetic racist and a deceiver. Shame on him. And this young boy is not the first one stuck on the wrong end of Karen Phillips' insane mind. Karen Phillips wrote this article a couple years ago titled "White Fans Were Entertained by Black Athletes a Day After a Racist Killed Black People in Buffalo. This is what white supremacy looks like." And he also tweeted, "I'm from Saginaw, spent a lot of time in Flint. I've never seen this many white people in Flint in my life. It's concerning." Thankfully, a lot are calling for this young boy to sue Deadspin and Karen Phillips. Also, I received this DM from one of my followers yesterday saying, "I know the Chiefs kid. Want to know something funny? The kid is 100% Native American. I know him and his family personally. Also, he will be in the front row at the Green Bay game next Sunday in his full get-up again. No one is canceling this kid. Go Chiefs." Now, I'm not saying everything said in my DMs is 100% accurate, but you can judge for yourself. Hopefully, this is just a bump in the road for this young man who is just getting his life started. And hopefully, he becomes a very rich man from the pockets of
had to be like, let's roll the kid out and see what happens. You know, maybe if he can get away with it, I can try it next. You say Daddy's soft launching the blackface? You have some blackface material hanging around your crib. You're like so deeply rooted. It's the racism.
So as you can see that these people, these pieces of garbage, these race baiters, are doing exactly that. Race baiting and going after a 5-year-old kid, and for what reason? There are some obvious things at play here, and we're going to show it to you. We have this. The NFL needs to speak out against the Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface native headdress. This was also from Karen Phillips, J. Phillips. Or I think his name is Karan, as the guy was pronouncing it, but, you know, as the guy said, Karen does just sound better. It takes a lot to disrespect two groups of people at once, but on Sunday afternoon in Las Vegas, a Kansas City Chiefs fan found a way to hate black people and the Native Americans at the same time. It was as if John Gruden's emails had come to life. The image of a Chiefs fan in blackface wearing a native headdress during a road game leads to so many unanswered questions. Why did the camera person give this fan the attention? Why did the producer allow that camera angle to be aired at all? Is that a fan, kid, teenager, or young adult? Despite their age, who thought that person what they were wearing was appropriate, the answers to all those questions led back to the NFL. While it isn't the league's responsibility to stop racism and hate from being taught in the home, they are a league that has relentlessly participated in prejudice. If the NFL had outlawed the chop at Chiefs games and been more aggressive in changing the team's name, then we wouldn't be here. How about this? How about we just not have why do we have to remove the Redskins? Because some type of form of racism? I even had a stupid relative even say the similar things like, "Oh well, it's just racist or whatever." Racist? Since when was Redskins ever remotely racist? It was literally a heritage to the Redskins or the Indians. You know, I don't think anybody had a problem with being named the Redskins. But for some apparent reason, in this godforsaken land, having named Redskins is a racist term, even though it's related to Indians and their respect towards them. I don't see how there's a problem here. There's no petty pretty way to mascot people. A man of black horse, a Native American activist, and an organizer of a pre-game protest rally today support of this area. This is what happens when you ban books, stand against critical race theory, and try to erase centuries of hate. You give future generations the ammunition they need to evolve and recreate racism better than before. We're committed to inspire change and the social justice work that inspires change for the long term, etc., etc., etc. So, this guy's going on a long rant of stupidity. Well. How the times have changed. Mom of young Kansas City Chiefs fan hits back at Deadspin reporters claim he was wearing blackface and says her son is a Native American. Oh, that's gotta hurt. And, of course, we have him accusing of the boy, and oddly enough, the boy is, apparently there's something wrong here. See how we have this here, and then in this article here, it just shows this and this kid? Well, now we have more. There's, apparently, the other half is red. That's a little weird. It's almost like the Redskins color for some reason. Or we could say the Kansas City Chiefs. A little weird. Hello, racist. So we have this to go along with all this stupid stuff. And the kid obviously doing a tomahawk chop from the Kansas City Chiefs. And as we can see, one thing as well, the black people that are there, that are doing the similar things that the Kansas City Chiefs were doing, or that this kid is doing, they're not really taking offense to it. In fact, they're kind of, I would say, going along with it, enjoying it. So, I don't see where the black players are offended by it. I'm definitely not offended by it. And this is just something that is, something to be great indeed. We have this at Phillips' remark caused a storm of debate when he picked out the picture of Holden among the 65,000 strong crowd at the Raiders' Allegiant Stadium on Sunday. It gives a lot of disrespect to groups of once, he said. Well, of course, because he is a race grifter, racist, and here's the kid without it as well, because he's Indian. He's what you would call a great person to his culture. So, again, I'm very concerned of what they're trying to do here. And let me bring this one part home to everybody. This kid, obviously, is showing that the guy is racist because he sees the skin tone of this kid and already thinks he's just white. Well, it turns out he happens to be Native American. It's kind of funny because Native Americans, they are kind of very white in nature in a little bit. Like, they have that, a bit of stronger skin tone, but it's kind of hard to tell, right? Well, guess what? If you look at me, my blackface, you'll kind of understand that I am somehow 25% Irish. Kind of weird because, even though I have 25% Irish in me, I'm completely black. So, it's really hard to tell that I have 25% Irish in me. But I do. And, this is the same thing with any mixed race, because you people are going to go insane over the fact that, they're doing racism this or racism that. Do you even know that they have a mixed race? You do know America is the melting pot of multiple races, right? Like, we kind of like, interbreed with each other and we end up making half this, half that. So when you look at somebody, they could be black, they could also be Mexican, they could also be white, they could also be Asian. It's kind of interesting on how America works like that, right? Because we're probably the least racist country that's here, and mostly because of the fact that you won't tell who is who because we're so melded in with each other. We have bred with each other for a long time where we don't know who is who because, well, we have so many diverse races that are mixed. That's kind of what happens. You're not going to know who is who deep down unless you ask them what their actual race is. Because, again, a white person can easily have 50% black, but, he have a more shader tone of being black. Or he could be Mexican, and you wouldn't know. Because these are things that are hard to tell without asking people. And when you go out and say that this person is X or this person is this, or what have you, then what's the problem? Because again, These people are, you just don't know who they are until you ask them. And another thing too, as well, let me put this up here as well. You see these are katanas that are actually in my room. And I love Japanese culture, and I do want to get myself an actual handmade katana. But as you see, these are two katanas. One I had since high school, and another one I had since college. And let's just say that these katanas here are something that I really do enjoy. I had fixed up the black katana quite well, and it's not a problem. There's a lot of people that likes Japanese anime. There's a lot of people that just like Japanese culture. I'm black, but some of the reason I can't enjoy Japanese things, I can't wear Japanese stuff, I think Japan would love people celebrating their culture and enjoying some of their stuff. I would love to have a cherry tree. I think they're a very beautiful tree. Is it wrong for me to have a cherry tree because, you know, it's Japanese and I'm black? We really need to stop this insanity of just people completely going crazy over other people selecting different cultures that maybe not be their actual race, but enjoying them. People can't enjoy other cultures without having to be racist or having to do this cultural appropriation type BS. That's completely insanity. We don't need to have this division. We don't need to have this hate for whatever apparent reason. Because somebody that may actually love a certain culture thing does not mean they're racist. May actually, they're the exact opposite. They probably love the culture so much they love being a part of it. So we need to stop this BS. Hopefully this kid wins, goes after him with the lawsuit. I hope he wins millions and millions of dollars, becomes a very rich boy after this guy was trying to ruin this kid's life. And I hope all is well. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. And as always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.